Ego is a great coach and all, but hey, this guy Snuffy took a homeless kid and turned him into a world-class defender. As far as the bluelock manga is concerned, Ubers is the best team yet, and if we're talking about the Bastard Munchen Vs Ubers match as a whole, then there are so many things this match does right. Take Barou for example. It's hard to believe that Snuffy was able to turn his majesty into an actual team player, yet that's actually what he has done. Snuffy not only made Barou become a part of the team, he also showed him how to be an actual king of the field. Kind of reminds you of Kageyama from Haikyuu. Yeah, he started off as the king of the field, but it wasn't until the Inarizaki match that he fully realized what it means to be the king. But unlike Kageyama who just wanted to play, Barou is a different specimen. He is a genuinely selfish and arrogant man. Normally, you'd hate a character like him, but obviously with Barou, that's not the case. When you consider how hard and how diligent he works just to be himself, it's hard to hate the guy. In fact, it's hard not to love the guy. Plus, it was the same case with Kageyama. Barou matured. The sting of defeat enabled him to become a much better and more mature player. It also developed an insane level of resilience. So, how does that relate to what we're going to talk about today? You see, this current match in the Neo-Egoist League is a reminder that there is more than one way to win. It's a battle between Snuffy's vision, Noel Noah's ideology, and the philosophy ego Jinpachi has drilled into the minds of the bluelock players. As much as I want to see how Isagi fares up against Rin and Shido in the match against Paris X Gen, this current match may end up being the most important match in the Neo-Egoist League. What does that mean? Let's talk about it. Starting with Ego Jinpachi, he is a genius and there's no doubt about it. He is the one who designed the bluelock stage from scratch, and it's clear that all of his efforts are bearing fruit. His philosophy about supporting individual strength, the one who scores the most goals is the best player. That's all there is to it. He isn't like the traditional coach, in the sense that he gives the players no directions, no tactics whatsoever. When they are playing on the field, it's all about how they can overpower others with their abilities. The battle royale he has created is all about players devouring each other. This proclivity to outdo another player is how we ended up with so many interesting chemical reactions during the second selection. But right now, in the Neo-Egoist League, this man has taken a back seat. He's allowing the players to learn from the best directly, which means that the current bluelock players no longer need to be in line with Ego's philosophy to make themselves known. Next, there's Noel Noah. He is the current best striker in the world, so of course, his words are important, and it has been hinted that he and Ego have a rather interesting past. But we don't know enough about that, so for now, let's talk about his ideology. He is a man who strictly believes in numbers. The only way he is going to choose you for the team is if you have the required stats. He doesn't care about your passion or commitment. Heck, he doesn't even care about your ego. All he wants is for you to show that you have enough raw data to prove that you're useful. This data is based on your skills, overall abilities, and how you improve. Once he has the data on everyone, he decides on who is going to play, while being as unbiased as possible. It's not the same as Ego Jinpachi's philosophy, considering how much Noel Noah values raw athletic ability as well, but the end result is the same. Right now, the team that best describes the philosophy of bluelock is Germany's team Bastard Munchen. As Ego said it himself, Germany is a country that actually understands how soccer is a sport where you win by scoring goals. To that end, Germany relies on logic and rationality to win. Isagi fully subscribes to it, of course, even though his physical stats are hardly another to brag about. But he understands the importance of scoring goals. Kunigami, who is currently Noel Noah from Walmart, understands it as well. And then there's Kaiser. He is the living embodiment of what a complete striker is supposed to be. You can even see that he is the living embodiment of bluelock's vision. Naturally, when you have all these super ambitious people on a team where scoring goals means everything, you are almost sure to have some super serious infighting. Noel Noah sees it happens and even allows it. Much like Ego Jinpachi, he can see that this kind of infighting will make them grow. Which is true as well. Just look at how much Isagi has grown thanks to his rivalry with Kaiser. There couldn't have been a better team for Isagi. And yet, Bastard Munchen is the most incomplete team in the Neo-Egoist League from what we've seen so far. In the beginning of this video, I said that Ubers is the best team, so of course, we can also say that Ubers is the most complete team in this league. Which brings us to Snuffy's vision and how he sees football, because, well, his team is easily more effective than Bastard Munchen. He also values individual strength, everyone does, but he was able to combine that individual strength with robust team organization, and just like that, he created the current Ubers. A perfect team. Everyone's strength gets to shine. Barou gets to be the king, and he gets to be the mastermind. Very sneaky if you'd ask me. It has clearly been effective so far considering how Barou is the most valuable blue lock player right now. Snuffy is easily the best coach in the story, and as Noel Noah said it himself, he may be the better striker, but in terms of overall ability, Snuffy is the best player in the world. Genius. Blue Lock's raw philosophy needed to go up against someone like Snuffy. Snuffy is a realist. He sees football as a job, and the best way for a team to be effective in his mind is for every player to treat it as a job as well. To better understand this, let's go back to the short story Snuffy told about Barou. How his friend committed DIE after he was no longer regarded as a genius. He wasn't saying that the same thing could happen to Barou. He was just trying to show him the importance of detachment. We saw it in the previous match against Manshine City as well. Yukimiya was so focused, so obsessed with scoring a goal against Manshine City that he was literally losing sight of the entire game. The blindness in his eyes was a problem. Yeah, but imagine if he was on Ubers instead of Bastard Munchen. Snuffy would have found a way to use him effectively without having him be reckless out there on the field. Heck, even Ego reprimanded for keeping it hidden from them. But if Yukimiya was in Ubers, Snuffy would have naturally found out while designing the tactics for the match. All in all, as stoic as Noel Noah may appear to be, it's Snuffy's vision and ideology that truly revolves around stoicism. He was able to make use of everyone, even when he stepped on the field. He allowed Barou to be the main striker, a true mastermind. But I'm afraid that the one who's going to win this clash of ideologies is still going to be Bastard Munchen in Blue Lock. In the course of this match, Isagi's growth is going to surpass Barou's growth simply because, while Barou is now a part of perfect structure, Isagi himself still has to navigate through the anarchy that is going on in their team. Snuffy's the best coach, and he has indeed created the perfect team. If the story wants to be more nuanced, Bastard Munchen can lose this match against Ubers, but at the very least, Isagi is definitely going to outdo Barou. Again, that will make it as clear as day which environment is better for growth. So what do you guys think of the Neo-Egoist League in this match in particular? Alright guys, let's continue this discussion in the comments section. There is a lot to talk about.